Hey guys, it's Allie from Pennsylvania. While I was looking through the disciplinary actions that the board took against counselors in Pennsylvania, a lot of the reasons that I found were in regards to dual relationships and sexual intimacies with clients, and their inability to maintain professional boundaries, and there was no benefit to the client whatsoever. So most of them either had their license revoked or had some sort of suspension and probationary period before being able to regain their license. A couple of other reasons their licenses may have been revoked is, of course, some of them had felonies or criminal acts that their license was then revoked. There were two counselors that were engaging. One of them had an alcohol use disorder and another one was either related to drunkenness or mental health or substance use in general, and had to surrender their license because they were unable to perform their job or demonstrate their skills in counseling. And then one case I saw was someone was revoked because they failed to follow through with their continuing education credits. I know that that's a big thing in counseling, is that you need to continue gaining education credits so you can continue to learn and stay updated in the field and improve your skills in whatever trainings that you are attending. So self-care is very important, because if we are continuously working with clients and empathizing with them, then and we're not taking care of ourselves, then it's going to lead to burnout, which is just someone feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and tired of working in the field. And after burnout, there is compassion fatigue, which is a more extensive version of burnout. So burnout is you recognize that you take more time to perform self-care acts, and then compassion fatigue is more severe in that. So you need to be more intentional in doing supervisions and being able to get help so that you can continue doing your job. You might have to take some time away, but you can come back to that. And if you do not take care of yourself, there then can lead to secondhand depression, which there's no return from. If you have any hopes of returning to counseling once you've reached this point, you need to be extensive about getting therapy, taking time off, taking medications as needed, just very intentional about doing self-care that whole time, and then being cautious in going back to the field, knowing what you need to do to continue promoting your health. So self-care is very important to prevent that burnout, because once you're burned out, once you're not empathizing with clients, you don't really care about their well-being, there's just some sort of barrier there, you might become more sloppy in the way that you counsel because you are not caring for them well and you're not caring for yourself well. So those boundaries, codependency can form. You might be transferring your emotions onto them, which needs to definitely be addressed, because that should not be happening. You are there for the client is not there for you. So lack of self-care can potentially lead to transference and countertransference, which is not a healthy relationship, so you need to step back from that. And just not being present and attentive to the client. It is huge that you are present and in session with them to address their needs. And if you are not taking care of yourself, you are not able to do that well either. So you need to address the stress that you are experiencing, and the Code of Ethics also explains that we need to monitor signs of impairment of our own health, and seek help for those problems. When we recognize it, we can either do more supervision. Some different aspects of wellness would be to seek supervision, talk to your peers between sessions, just to debrief, talk to them about different cases so that they can help you best care for those clients. So performing self-care, exercising, spending time with friends is going to be essential in promoting your well-being. And if you recognize at any time that you are impaired, you need to let your supervisor know and take that time to do what you need to do to then recover from that. So a question I have with this is, how can you become better at being self-aware to recognize the amount of self-care that you need to prevent burnout or impairment? I know I'm still trying to work on being self-aware because I just want to do all of the things and work all the time. Right now I'm doing overtime at my work, so I'm working 43 to 45 hours a week and then doing school full time. So my question is how, like, I recognize that that's a lot, but I'm not recognizing that I need to slow down and take that time and be intentional about that. So I just was wondering how a student or myself can be better at recognizing that and taking the time to do that. Thanks, guys.